Hi again, YouTubers. So this is my Face of the Month video. I also have a giveaway at the end of the video. I am using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette here on my eyes. I am doing something totally different this time as far as my contour, highlight, and my lashes. I have on lashes, half lash today, and I think you can totally tell the difference in this video. I don't know, you guys tell me, but here we go. First things first is the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer and Treatment. I just call it the corrector in medium. I already put a little bit of this under my eyes. I started to tape and realized that my taping was off, but I just kind of bring it around underneath my eyes a little bit here. I do feel like I still need that because I still have darkness under my eyes after the filler, just not as bad. I have been using the, what is this called? Glo Minerals Luxe Liquid Foundation. Broad spectrum SPF 15 anti-aging diamond power technology in the color Natural, which looks like this. It says tester on it, but it's because they sent it to me. It has a nice pump on it, and this stuff is really awesome. I use my coaster. I put 2 pumps on there. It's kind of liquidy, so I'm not going to be able to tilt it over. I use my beauty blender, and I always start kind of on my cheeks, and then I work my way in. Because most people, I think, need more coverage. I think it is, I've heard, towards the center of their face. I kind of need more towards the outside perimeters. So you guys tell me, I've been adding the kind of words down below on the videos so that you can see what the products are, but do you still want me to zoom in and do close-ups of the products too so you can see them? I don't know. You guys let me. No, I have been obsessed. Okay, I need a little half pump more. Just a, like that's all I need more. I just needed a little bit. I felt like there wasn't quite enough for my forehead. I have been obsessed with the Beauty Blender. It has just, because I've been doing more contouring and more cream contouring, I'm thinking about picking up the Cover FX, the new, we got a hair, cream contour palettes. They have them in like 6 shades. They look amazing. I'm super excited about that. I am going to, this weekend, actually the day this loads, I will be going to New York for the weekend with my girlfriend. And, oh, there's a little bit, very little bit left on there. And we are actually, she works for Sephora corporate, and we actually are going to be meeting up with a Sephora Pro Master Artist, like one of the ones on their page, and we are going to have him do our makeup because she knows him. She works at headquarters. Chanel Bronze Universal. And I use this brush. It's called an It Cosmetics, what's it called? C3433. It came with some stuff. I'm sure there's one of these out there. It's kind of a flat foundation brush, a fat foundation brush. And my Bronze Universal, this one's almost at the end too. I combined a couple. I tap it in there and then I use the lid and tap it off. Because otherwise it's just way too much product. And I just do my contour. I go right under the hollows of my cheek and up kind of into the circle of the E and 3, as they say. And then I bring it down on my jawline. So you can see it. Now, that's not what it's going to look like, obviously, but I need a little bit more. So yeah, so he's going to do our makeup that day. So I think I'm going to ask him what he thinks color-wise for me, which one would be best before I make a decision. Because I think that I've been really into doing this lately and just like kind of contouring like this. I take the Smashbox Contour Stick in the color Bronze and I add a little bit. This helps. I have a longer nose. Most people are trying to make their nose thinner. My nose is thin enough. I just have a long one. This makes it look a little bit shorter. No, I'm not going to leave it like that. I take the Beauty Blender that just rolled away and I just kind of roll this into it and kind of blend this in. That's all around my hairlines and in my contour. I start with that first. And bring the ones under my jawline down. And then I kind of go through and tap this in. And then I take the highlight shade 1 of the contour sticks. I love these things. And I go under that contour, the darker contour there. They do have a darker one, but it doesn't really work. I make like a little star right there, go a little bit down the front of my nose, a little bit on the top of the lip, and on the chin, same star. Okay? Take the same Beauty Blender on the opposite side. So I have been using this side and the edges, and now I'm going to use the top side. And I just kind of press that in as well. I don't know. I am going to ask him also about the contouring on the nose, because I've heard mixed things about how that works. I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you feel like it makes that area look shorter? I don't know. Then I take the Maybelline, what is this called? Fit Me Concealer in 15. And I use this, and I kind of do the same thing as the highlighter stick would under my eyes. I find the highlighter stick is way too thick for under my eyes, like too heavy. So I do it this way. So this is a little bit more of a different face of the month than you guys have probably seen from me typically. So I bring this down and make the V with it. Then you, of course my nose itches now. Take that the smaller side of this, and I kind of tap that in. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he thinks of some of these things. So I'm going to talk to him when I see him. And I'm super excited for that trip. It's going to be so much fun. Whoa, rolling away. And then I take my IT Cosmetics. What is this? Gosh, I have trouble seeing their numbers on these because they're silver. What is this? 235 complexion powder brush. The IT Cosmetics one. I have been using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in medium. And I just tap on this, and all I'm doing is going right down my T-zone. That's the only area I've been doing this. Okay, so I'll put that there. And then I've been going on to my eyes, and I have been using my Anastasia Brow Wiz, but first I tend to put on my eye primer. Urban Decay, sorry, my hands are a little slippery. Urban Decay Primer Potion. I put this on first because I feel like if I put it on afterwards, I'm not too careful with it, so I end up with it in my brows. So I find it easier to put it on first. And so, okay, so now moving on to eyes. So I was contacted by Urban Decay to do a giveaway for them. They offered to send me a palette and for me to use it in a video and then to do a giveaway. And I said to them, well, I already have your palettes, so why don't we just give away 2 palettes? So in this video, I am going to be using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. And at the end, I will tell you guys, I'm going to do a look with it, but I'm going to tell you guys at the end how you can win your own one. So Anastasia Brow Wiz. And so I've been filling this into here, and then I kind of go up to the arch and I go down. I don't have a lot of hair at the edges of my brows. I've got really, really, really sparse brows. So I kind of bring it in to make that arch. And then I fill it in. I kind of go through and sparsely kind of draw it in a little bit. So if you can see, it now has the arch there, more so. Okay, same thing on the other side. So yeah, so I figured, why should I get another one of these palettes? Because they were going to send one to me, and I said, well, can you just hold on to both of them and we'll get 2 winners? Because I'd rather you guys win both of them. I don't need 2 of them. All I would end up doing is giving it away to a friend or family member, which I'm sure they would enjoy. But I feel like you guys deserve it more. Not that they don't deserve it. I give them enough stuff, though. Same thing on this side. So the arches are both even. I'm just making sure, flipping my mirror. A little bit of Benefit Gimme Brow. I use this to hold them in place. And I just kind of go over the same areas that I colored in with the pencil. And sometimes it moves them around a little bit more. Now, I know so many things say to brush these up. Mine, trust me, don't have enough hairs to really brush them up. So that's why I do it this way. So now on to the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I love this one. This is the one that is the more pink toned one. It has shades with everything from lightest to darkest. It has shimmers, it has mattes. It is just awesome. I use this palette all the time, actually. If you follow my vlog videos, you'll notice that. So the first thing I do is I take the two most predominant matte colors, which one is called Limit and the other one is called Nooner. Sorry, so it's this one and this one. The two matte ones, one right there and one right there. I dip it in the lighter one first using a Sephora Pro Tapered 19. I take this, I dip it in the lighter one first, and then I dip it in the darker one. So I go light and then dark. And then I tap it off. And, sorry, dropping things. And then I just put it in the outer V and I go up in the windshield washer motion. So if you can see it going back and forth. So that's what that color looks like right there. Do the same thing again on the other side. I just kind of make sure they're even on both sides. All right, then I take the Sephora Pro shadow brush in number 14. It's a larger one. And I take this color here called Trick. It's hard to see the names because when you use them, they're underneath, and that's kind of where I get the product. And I dab that onto my lid with this brush here. And kind of bring it in, but I don't go all the way to that tear duct, okay? Then I take the Sephora Pro shadow number 15, the smaller one of that there, and I go into the color that's called Strange. It's the very first one, all the way over there. Tap it into that, and then I go right up into my brow bone, and I literally just set it right under where I did, and then I bring it a little bit in through that inner tear duct, okay? Same thing on the other side. Up into that edge, and then tap it back in and bring it down into that tear duct. So that gives you a little bit of that there. Then I take a Laura Mercier, it's just called a eye crease brush. It's a more pointed brush there, and I go into the color either Factory or Liar, and I sometimes tap it into both of them. It's these two right here. I tap it back and forth between those two, starting in Liar and then going into Factory. I tap that off really good, and then I just take it in that outer corner. Just put it, oh, went to the wrong side. I just like this brush for adding this color. I don't know why, it just seems softer. It just isn't round. I like the point to it. I kind of go back and forth until I have these how I want it to sit. Wipe that off. I use the Sephora Pro shader number 18, the tiny, tiny, tiny little one. And I go back and forth in both of those colors as well again. And then I go under my eye. And I kind of bring it out to make sure that outer corner is a little bit more defined. And I bring it in through here. And I only ever go to right about the middle of my eye. I don't bring it all the way in. It just darkens my eye up way, way, way too much. I go back in with that bigger shadow brush, which is number 14. And I go into the color Dust, second one right there, and I just tap that right on the middle of the lid. It just has a little bit of extra shine. You can see the difference between those two right there. I just tap it on the middle of the lid. It just does a nice kind of brightening effect. Then I take that same Sephora Pro Tapered number 19 and I just blend that outer corner out and in. And the reason I put that color on my inner corner first is because it actually kind of, I feel like, looks nicer afterward or beforehand. If I do it afterwards, I feel like it looks a little bit too chalky. So see, this is actually, you can see the difference between these two eyes. This one was very like, product just kind of sitting there. It wasn't blended, whereas this one looks much more blended. And I just wipe that off on my towel again and do the same thing on this side. It kind of brings that color in. And I always go down on that outer corner and make sure I'm bringing that up and blending that in really well. Because if you don't blend that in really well, there's something on my brush. It's like a fuzzy. If If you don't blend that part out really well, it can look like that's still just sitting there. So that is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I have owned this for quite some time. I don't think I've ever done a look on it for a video, but I use it all the time. I love it. I think it's awesome. The next thing I have been doing, oops, sorry, my thing's taking, sorry, I should have had this out, my eyelash curler. Now I've also been using lashes a lot. I'm going to show you a couple things that I do really quick. First, I go in and I curl these lashes, okay? So I'm just kind of pumping it a couple times and letting it sit there for a minute. Same thing on the other side. I just kind of do it a couple of times and then do that. And let it sit there for a minute. And then I take it off. And I let them kind of sit for a minute. I use the Marc Jacobs Highliner in black. I have a full size of this. And then I got a sample and I remembered how much I loved it. And I use this right on my waterline. It is probably one of the best pencils I think I've ever used on a waterline. You know how I used to love that Milani Liquify? This like blows that out of the water. It's just as soft. It's so easy to apply. There are no sharp edges on it because the metal part, like you just turn it up to get more. But you can get right into that lash line and kind of wiggle it in. So I let that sit. So now I'm going to go back to my face. So on my face, I have been using to work with, or to set that cream contour I used, was the Guerlain Terracotta 4 Seasons Bronzer 02 Natural Blondes. This is what it looks like. A big Tom Ford bronzer brush. And I just kind of tap it right through the middle. I tap it off on my what's that called? Mirror. And I go in those same spots that I put the cream one earlier. Okay, same thing here. And then I bring it down my neck just to blend everything out a little bit. Okay, next thing I do is I take the Glo Minerals Concealer. I know this feels like a lot of concealer, but trust me. Bare Minerals Maximum Coverage Concealer Brush. I go into the lighter side here. Sometimes I go into the darker side. And I kind of, can you see how that just cleaned up that edge? It's not going to stay like that, but I'll show you. Same thing on the other side. See how I just use that to draw a clean line? And then I kind of even it out like that. Okay. And then I take the tiniest, and I know you haven't seen this yet. It's in a haul video coming up next week, but I couldn't not use this in this video. It is the coolest little, I mean, to give you an idea. For under the eyes, it is amazing. Because I used to use the big one, but it just kind of was too big. And this is almost too small, but it is amazing. It's just so cool. It just works. Like, it is so perfect. And I have had no creasing since I started using this. Like, not even a little bit of creasing under my eyes since I started using this. It is so cool. Love that. Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush with number 56. And I do use it with the Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Powder in 03. This stuff, I don't care what you say, this stuff just, look at the difference between those two eyes. Every time I do this, somebody says, really? That's like crazy, the difference. It is amazing. And it doesn't crease, and it just feels amazing. Every once in a while, too, by the way, I take the Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer 57 afterwards, and I just kind of make sure that there's no product setting in there. I don't know. It's just, you know how we end up changing things up and doing that. It Cosmetics, another silver one, 227 Flawless Blush Brush. Blah, blah, blah. I have been using almost every day the Tom Ford Frantic Pink Blush. I always do this. I don't know. Does anybody else do this? I tap it into a product, then I tap it on the mirror to clean it off. I don't like do that. I don't know why. It's just how I do it. Tap this in and on and around. Same thing on the other side. It looks like a lot, but it'll, trust me, it ends up working out. This is like a full-fledged, like, all kinds of makeup tutorial. The Guerlain Meteorite Pearls with the Sedona Lace 980. I love this brush. Just take that up. They're little pearls. I have this in the color number. I should have told you that beforehand. 3 medium. Dust it around in that. I go up and around. Same thing on the other side. This stuff is just, I'm in love with this stuff. Like I always have been. It's awesome, but I forget about it. You know how we forget about products? That's what happens. Sephora Pro Airbrush 54 brush, the smaller one with the Laura Mercier. This is the weirdest name. Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight 01. And I just take it across there once and then tap it off. I go up and around. So I go like this. That's it. And then whatever is left I do on my Cupid's bow. A little bit right there. All right, and lashes have been the last thing I've been doing, so I'm kind of skipping around a little bit. Laura Mercier Plum Berry Liner. Should have probably sharpened it, but... I tend to kind of draw it in and then I fill in just a little bit, but not a lot. Like I don't fill in my whole lip. And on my bottom lip, I don't ever go into the center when I use liner. So see how that and that are not colored in, I guess is the best way to put it. I have been using the L'Oreal Collection Exclusive JLo, the neutral one, the Jennifer color, number 370. That's that. Then I have been taking, these are the Esquido lashes, which if you guys follow me, I've never really been a huge false lash person, but if you follow my vlogs, I do wear false lashes on weekends and when I'm doing things and stuff like that. And so this is the one called the Little Black Lash, and these are mink lashes. They are more expensive, but they are the only lashes I will use. Like Ardell, the reason I never used lashes is Ardell was like I always had issues with them, and they were itchy and they felt heavy and they felt like they lifted a lot, and I never had good luck with them, never. So a couple years ago, I got a pair of Esquido, and since they have sent me some, and actually I have some coming up in a haul now, but what I do with them, this is my own personal way to do it, is I actually take the set and I cut them in half. Can you see? This is a pair that I've used for a while. And then this is a newer pair. I'm going to use the newer pair today just to show you guys, because these need to be cleaned. You can, the great things about these is you can clean them. Let me show you. I'll show you a set that is still together. This is what they look like when they're full. I just take a pair of cuticle scissors and I cut them in half. Because to me, I can't do a full lash properly. I can't do single lashes properly. I can, however, do a half lash very well. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it on camera. We'll have to see how it goes. I take a pair of Tweezerman tweezers and I just lift them off of the thing here, whatever this thing is called. Okay, so I get it there. I use the Duo Brush On Adhesive with vitamins. Who cares about the vitamins? I use this and I take it out. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because I don't know if I can see what I'm doing. I just run it. Yeah, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to do it down here. I run it along the lash line. And I just put it along that whole lash line, the lash strip. I have to think of which eye this one was for. And I let it sit for just a second. So I have no mascara on my lashes yet. I'm going to need to, I hope this will show up. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be able to do this or show you guys this. It's kind of hard to, like, because I have to get really, really, really close to the mirror, and I'm moving it as close as I possibly can. I'm still just waiting for this to dry, is why I'm still talking like this. So I just simply take it, oh, I hope you can see this, and I put it down as close as I can get it to my lash line, so you can see it sitting there. And then this is just how I do it. I take my fingers and I push it down, and then I just kind of take the tweezers and I kind of hold my lid and I edge it down as close as I can get it to my lash line. So as I was saying, the great thing about these lashes is you can clean them. You can clean them, you can use them again. Like, you can get, like, probably, Okay, like a normal Ardell lash, like you can see the difference right there. A normal Ardell lash you can get like 5 or 10 uses out of. I'm closer to the 5 end because I'm not that great with them. And so these ones, I can use them like 15, 20 times before I have to clean them. You just clean them with eye makeup remover and a Q-tip, and they're awesome. Like they're like perfect because they're mink. They're not plastic. So this is sitting. I usually let that one sit and I do the other eye. This eye I have more trouble with, and I think I don't know, you might be able to see it. Let's see what we can do. I don't know. I might end up editing this out. It might end up staying. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes I just have more trouble picking them up off of the little container. Now this, I will say, this thing is awesome too to store them in because they go right back in there. Let's see if this side I can show you the glue a little bit better. No, I guarantee you. Let's see. I just take it. Look, this is gonna look so funny. And I run it on that edge and I have no idea if I got it on there. So you just want to get a good amount of it on there and make sure you really, you know, you don't want too much so that it's cakey, but you don't want too little that it doesn't work. But you can definitely see the difference just in these two eyes. I haven't even added mascara. I do use mascara with them. Not a whole lot, but I do use, like, I do 1 or 2, like, you know, quick brushes through. But you actually, because you clean them, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't build up. Like I said, I usually wash them probably between every, like, 5 times, I would say. All right, so we'll see if we can do it on this side. Oh, gosh, I can't. There's no way. I don't think I can do it while showing you guys. Let's see. Come on. Sometimes it sticks right away, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you gotta really maneuver it, because I will say the band is so thin. It's awesome because you can't see it. Like, it just kind of, you can fill it in with liner if you feel like you need to, but it is just awesome because you really don't see that band at all. That's why you'll see me really working at the corner edges more than the outer edge or the middle edge, because that corner edge, once you get that pretty flush, the rest kind of follows. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. With no mascara on yet. I'm obviously going to put mascara on it. Right, so I'm not going to lie, I fidget with them just a little bit longer just to make sure I have them exactly where I want them to be. That is the part that takes the longest. So I have been using this Benefit Roller Lash mascara. It's a sample. I've just been using it and really enjoying it. And all I do is I just kind of drag it up. I'm not getting really deep into the bases. I'm just kind of adding some mascara to kind of blend them all in. So you can see the difference of where I just added a little bit of mascara to this one versus that one. So I do the same thing on the other eye using the same mascara and just kind of, it kind of coats those mink lashes, but not, it doesn't add a lot of product to them, so they're not hard to clean. And I've been loving this. Like, you can see the difference in my eyes. Like, I love my lashes. I use Latisse, but this stuff just really works well together. Every once in a while I kind of go back through. I just kind of, this brush really does a good job of combing the lashes out. Sorry, I've got like a tickle in my throat this morning. So it just kind of combs them out and makes them look nice and full, but doesn't make them look spidery. So that's it. That's my whole look. I will be back in just a second to tell you guys about the giveaway. All right, so one thing I did forget is I have been using the Buxom, what are these called? I forget what these are called. They're the lipsticks or lip glosses, I'm sorry, in the color Amber, and I've been adding that on over. Just for a little shine right in the middle, right there. Loving it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so on to the contest information. All right, so I am going to pick 2 winners at random for an Urban Decay Naked 3 palette that looks just like this. This one is mine. I've bought it and I have used it for quite some time. I bought it last year, actually. When they first came out, I bought it. It does come with a double-ended brush. I don't know where mine is, but yours will come with a brush. So I will pick 2 winners at random. Unfortunately, some of the contest rules is that you have to be in the US. And I know that sucks for a lot of you guys outside of the US, but it was part of the stipulations of the company when they contacted me. Nothing I can do about it. That's just how it is. Sorry. So with that, a couple things. This contest will end one Friday from this Friday. So 1 week from today. So one Friday from now, which will be, so that will be Friday the 20th. Okay. So on the 20th, I will choose 2 random people at will. I'll just kind of go through and put it in randomizer. But you must do a couple things. You must follow me here on YouTube. You must be a subscriber. You must follow me on Facebook, and you must follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Okay. So all of those links will be at the end of the video. Plus they are always posted below. Follow me on all 4 of those and put a comment below. These are all easy things to do. That says, please enter me to win, and tell me your favorite single Urban Decay eyeshadow color. So that's easy. If you don't own any, go online and just pick one and tell me what's your favorite color, or what you would like to buy, or what you would like to own. Because I love Urban Decay shadows and I love the singles. Half Baked, I think it is one, or Easy Baked is like my holy grail gold color. Love it. So I'd love to know some colors from you guys. So I thought that was a good way to go about it. Please put comments below. Let me know any thoughts you have on this whole look, because this is a totally different look than what I normally do for Face of the Month. It's something new. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the giveaway on the Urban Decay Naked 3. I will contact the people directly. You must be 18 years of age or have your parents' permission. If you're under 18, I will need your parents to okay it via email. And I will contact you here on YouTube through private messenger within that weekend. I will pick the 2 winners on Friday, and within that weekend, I will actually probably post 2 YouTube names onto my Instagram and my Facebook saying who the winners are. And you can contact me if I haven't gotten a hold of you yet, whatever have you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Don't forget to follow, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.